Greetings and salutations. A little bit more of a serious topic tonight. So back in the late 90s, I was watching, huge fan, always, of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And we were watching season 3, and the graduation episode had 2 parts. The second part, though, was taken off the air. It was held off. And the reason being was that it was too similar to the actual events that had happened in Columbine that year. And it made sense, for the network to make that decision, to pull back, to not add to the sensationalism, to avoid any copycat situations and so forth. It was a very intense school shooting event. And it was so intense that we thought, okay, this is never going to happen again. We're going to have changes. We're going to protect our kids. We're going to change things. When are we going to change things? Because we haven't yet. These school shootings are still happening. Another friend of mine on Facebook today posted a list of every school that has had a school shooting since then. It is a very, very long list. I have 3 children, 31, 18, and 16. My 31-year-old had, to deal with certain school issues, very traditional school issues. My younger 2 kids, though, however, in addition to tornado drills and fire drills, they have lockdown drills all the time, active shooter drills. They're kids. They should be able to go to school and just go to school. They shouldn't have to fear that they're going to be killed during the school day. When I was substitute teaching, it was, both before and after, the school shootings were, becoming more and more frequent. One of the things that you had to learn as a substitute teacher was what to do in case of a school shooting. We should be worrying about what the teacher left us in terms of curriculum for what to do that day. We should still just, fire drills and tornado drills. More than enough. We shouldn't have to do that extra active shooter. Schools should be a safe place. Churches, temples, malls, theaters, all of it. Innocent people shouldn't have to go out of their homes and wonder if they're going to get shot up. When exactly are we going to stop any of these things? We haven't made any changes. Columbine happened in the late 90s. How much longer does it take for us to protect our kids? One of my biggest complaints when it comes to pro-lifers, and, again, I believe life begins at conception. I don't disagree with any of that. I don't disagree with the value of human life, both from conception all the way to a natural death. But I do believe a mother's life is more important than the child's. And so I am very much pro-choice and pro-life, but more so pro-choice. For the pro-lifers out there, you fight so hard to control a woman's body, but you won't protect a child in a school. Why not? Why not use that same arrogant ambition that you apply to women that you don't even know and our medical decisions and trying to control our bodies and our reproductive choices, and yet you won't even protect the grade school children, the high school children, the college students, kids going to malls, kids going to theaters, churches, temples. Why haven't we fixed that? It is so much easier of a problem to fix. And again, I'm not saying taking guns away. I'm not saying change the Second Amendment. I'm saying, why can't we fix the violence in places that should be safe places? If you're so hell-bent on being pro-life, then protect the school children with that same arrogant venom that you go after a woman's reproductive cycle. You want to control our choices about our bodies, and yet you won't even protect the kids. And why aren't you taking care of the kids that are here? Making sure that the ones that, not every parent, set of parents can adequately raise their children. Why not make adoptions easier? Why are we blocking adoptions for, couples just because they're gay, for example? Adoptions should be made to be made easier. We should be working on feeding the kids that are here. Clean water in Flint, Michigan, for crying out loud. How long does that last, too? There's all sorts of things that should be on the pro-life agenda. Preventing school shootings should be higher than closing Planned Parenthoods, regulating women's choices. That should be a higher priority. When is that going to happen?